Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way to even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right, I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. So
Oh, hello. Hello, Dom Klangem. Hello, Chaim. Azan Fateh Israel Fateh, hello, Dom Klangem. In the vine, Tibay, hello, book, let's only Kwang Soy Tla. Tibay, hello, book, Vex only Rồi set âm luận tí rồi tọa lòng chính khăn earphone zo aklo trong mic ka zo ko trong tur khan ni general number 1 hi first ti tat maya papuya puipuya whitey aron lang vele veil is here aron ti boka let's go aron ti pheng leng puya zana what party chung cha kan soi lokanga fusion prime không hay tụi nó cần watch party tụi make khi description là bao nhiêu cái đã kha grand final này region sang region nga host cái chuyện hậu thế kha final piang hi cho cái bùi in watch party bùi chỉ là cái tí chúng mình chung trang thu la chuan hey rồi mất sập tụi fusion prime mà hi final là theng to ni hi cái watch party bùi đó này region nga hậu khan chuan ke ma big po hi kan live kan final hun ani po khan khatiang tho khan min an ti pui ve do na tianga in lom ton tur ma la kan pi le pu te hun lai in lom bang do khan ke lom do sang do ni ama channel la khan giveaway diamond sanga do na khang te po kan was party pa nga ti khan main channel po kan in son phei ve le thina nga ema ka chu view mi lo lo pon an ma ni lo pang khai no ven sak thei chuan khai on le thina nga tiang khan zai chu kan ti chho tu ra han ngai la hei an la tan thei lo do la ka was party tu dang hi better lai mi hin khelon ta he AP brand te ho hi was party ka tingai lo ka vai khat tu na ne
straight away sitting on top of the might not be a good idea, but Respect finds the Shadow to get the kill, and now Oki Shadow kills on top of Ryu, knowing he doesn't have Fidge points. That's GG here as IGN turned this around just a little bit faster. Wait, sorry, a little bit slower than their counterparts for game number 2. Well done. Well done.
It actually seemed that ABM were looking a bit more shabby in terms of those team fights, specifically over towards the end. Because just that Jimmy on this Tigreal, he was the one who actually set his team up for success as well, specifically with those implosions on 2 main occasions. First was near the first turtle, and then over near the first lord.
Pa chu vai flip ma tang tu pa engineer pa kha an ang
just couldn't find the angle. They were worried about too many things at once. They have to think, we gotta make sure that our shields, our frontliners are blocking Respect from sending a Claw Shadow into our backline. But at the same time, you gotta maintain the front line so that Witch doesn't get close enough so that Kimmy can like flicker implosion, or maybe Anti could flicker Earth Shadow somebody in front to start the fight.
It also seemed to be the case that Jay was here's the thing, and I'm coming down to the same point that you mentioned too. You can do only so much with a high loss, because all you've got is just a law and order that you need to use, and then again the glorious pathway, which is good for you to chasing or but it's not more sense of play-making EXP laner. So I think so that could have also been one of the major factors too.
It's tough, right? It's tough because the first there are pros and cons depending on which version you take. We saw the Rome Khalid version where you saw a lot of early game pressure, where you see that Hayabusa basically was not playing the game. He was just farming. That's all he could realistically do until he got the Sky Piercer. Because once you have Sky Piercer, it doesn't matter if the fight is going badly. It just means that if there are low targets, you get a free cleanup. So that's what he's just waiting for. And I think that it's unfun for the junglers until they hit their item power spikes. But if we had EXP as Khalid, there might have been a change in terms of there's a clear distinction on who should go first for the engage.
I guess so, in the same sense as well, because you would have had the priority in terms of the...
will actually just get him off guard, because if the Xbox actually just reveals his position. It's going to be way too tough for him to escape. But there he goes. He actually wanted to steal the creep. But let's see if he actually escapes.
RALTE glory Israel on tia papuya. Rolok vele pokal alden na haron Martin khop mayalok ome.
Take the kill, but will not actually get the kill over themselves.
Hey en velok chinila caster professional caster.
But
Trong mga izong ho kha anan cha chok te khanan tia hil gawati lo pangkhaning kan sia.
Look at the XP. They're still fighting back as far as they can, but it's going to be a first blood in the hands of that Xbox. This turtle might get contested again because there's like 4 people ready to go
overlay to
on that
TV
turtle for a good
ngai
team fight coordination from both of these teams.
Very much so. I'm going to be honest with you. Carmilla going down was such a
giveaway
shocker.
kha
I didn't expect Carmilla to
sangalai
actually
khom
engage
don
that,
bang
but
khan
the last two was
heta
there
kan
to
viewers te
actually
po
secure that.
giveaway ti
Make
don
sure
ate
that
mo mas te po kan np venga
knows
kan don
she'll
jenge
be
te po hin
punished
base
every
te
time
khal
she
kan
actually
tegala kan dong thei
overengages,
po nga at
overextends, she will
kan
be punished.
giveaway ti ve buna.
Do you want to take over?
Well, actually, look at the position of that Khalid. He's doing his work really well. He actually wants to zone him out. Now, the Raging Sandstorm works in a really bad way, but meanwhile, this turtle might get perfectly retribution or that Xbox. They just might just go for the zoning. But how perfect zoning that actually was. That Khalid just disrupting the position of that Leomord and that Xbox just marking that turtle to just melt him down and get the perfect retribution on himself. But so far, so good for both of these teams because it's only as a first blood for that Xbox.
Grand Blue tele.
Was going down with Carmilla. Export
buri anymore.
extra gold.
1-0 in
And I
the
would
top.
say
So
he
maya
is on a better side because right now we see that they got the turtle and everything is going good because there is not much of a team fight going on.
watch party ka tingai lowa hi ka dam ka pian hulama voi
Matilda
khat
is
ka watch
popping her
party na
ultimate
ni hial
on
mai thei ka
but
ti voi
has
khat
to
na
disengage. He will get engaged by Valentina, who won't be able to do that much onto her, but she's fine. It's all in a day's work for support.
That actually wanted to just go for the contest of that gold
Ang
grab,
taghang
but actually was
ka.
thinking about that Carmilla.
Listen,
Like,
Prime,
look how
he-
fast she runs. Like, all 3 people were just targeting that Carmilla hard, but she knows what to do right now. She'll probably just go for the recall, but meanwhile, on to the top side, it's going to be a 1-1 brawl against those EXP laners. Khalid just making sure the wave has been frozen, but still Gato has 2 things, so he has the upper hand because the basic attacks actually gives them a life steal. Probably just going for a rotation onto the top side. But do you actually think they'll be able to burst down that Gato?
so kan watch
Not
party
actually,
ang
because right
oh
now I saw that Gatot actually bought the
dar
Thunder
action
buff,
kan nei me don me
which will make him a little bit more tankier and would want him to engage. He will be looking in for an engage to punch somebody just to get 1 stack, and 1 stack at a time.
ti turvan wang ve kan enang oh ngatan lova kalau starting tang to se han to ble kha sinami kha
Objectives. Right now, when you saw that Leomord was overextending on top lane, Xborg was making sure that his mindset is all about getting the objectives and pushing objectives. Right now, when you saw that Leomord was overextending on top lane, Xborg was making sure that his mindset is all about getting the objectives and pushing his team to the
I non cover EPL MPL and Lasar MPL nge MPL on me
see not much of a rotation because both Carmilla and
and how is
Matilda are
alan
in the
ala
respective
how
positions,
research
hoping they can catch people off guard when they're rotating.
Yep. And also that Valentina actually wants to steal that ultimate from the Raging Sandstorm from that Khalid. But if you just see onto the both of those marksmen, they're trying to keep up their farm really well, just avoiding all the team fights and focus on their own farm so that in the late game they would shine really brightly. But onto the top, on the mid side, could be a possible gank, but no, actually just want to resist over there. That Liam already with his red buff, ready to gank on that Nathan, just trying to just look at those 3-man rotations from both of these teams, circling Eagle along with the guiding wings used up, along with that Sandstorm actually wants to take the kill and trophy from that Nathan used up to deal a ton of damage along with the Phantom Shield used up. Insanity just dealing a lot of damage to them. Speedy Light will just carry actually just wants to go back, just zoning inside the turret. That Phantom Seed along with the Phantom Storm was actually not able to take the kill, but he still wants to go inside. But the damage and the range wasn't enough because his momentum would have actually hit Louis for that Nathan. I don't think so they were probably dead because the guiding wings were the only thing they just
giveaway ka
survived the
indon
whole
tekan
team
indon
fight.
the chongan du sakve thong
Yep.
box si chewa.
Talking about team fight, that team fight made Liu Yi waste her flicker. That's going to be a very, very bad thing when it comes to the turtle fight. Because if she gets caught again, and if Matilda is not there to guide
Facebook
him,
hyper kan mu ni mo tun tum chu.
But actually, Entropy used up from the plate and just burst down the turtle along the encircling eagle to just melt down that for the flicker used up from the Valentine on the perfect time. Actually, just want to just go for the divergent plays, but the Louis ult is still there on the Valentina. The Gato just swapped the lanes. The carry just focused onto that split pushes so that she could get a lot of farm. Like the divergent play has been used up, but not actually just enough to go for a gank. But that side
Sa,
could
nakalaw
possibly go for a good
changma
gank,
ron
but the Matilda still doesn't
Chang
have
sin
the
la.
encircling eagle onto.
Sui lung le
I'm
ni
gonna
ron
be honest
changa.
with you. 3 turtles
ni
down,
na ron
and
chang
X4
sexy
is
ang we.
looking fat as hell. Khalid might be in
Poco
trouble.
X5 ka mga sin man chu kaya chu na u de chu ke Poco X2 khala ni ve wang maya kung nga kung ruk mel mu ve to.
Yeah, I mean, also like look at this item.
rotation
I
den
mean,
lom.
both of those marksmen are just too fixated with just getting their
Hey,
own
kills
farm,
po here, wrong chok po hit am low,
selfish,
tan me
for
chan chu.
themselves so that they could actually just shine in the
An pro
game.
cho ve to
But
po ni
meanwhile,
mai
you could
the
just see a gang
tournament
happening
cho
on the
ta
top
ka
lane.
chu
Certainly,
a
you
thiam
could
an
use
wrong
up
chok
the
tem o
Allen
Xbox
that
ka
you got a good
vil na
setup
thei
with the
ka
Louis with the
Xbox
ulti and
hyper.
go. I mean, look at
Xbox
that
hyper hi
damage
alo
over
cha
there.
ni don
It's
hi.
going to be a double kill. But so they actually just want to go and fight back with the Phantom Shield from that Leo mode used along the Raging Sandstorm. But that's not actually enough to get the kill over to them. They just want to just shut down that Leo mode. But I mean, look at that. He was actually just going for a fight, but then he escapes by looking at how many
MZ
people
ka
are ready to
rotation chu
just take
bom
him
na on
down.
ti a.
Pretty much so. Nathan has no chance. I don't know why he actually engaged with the entropy and had to back off, but that was a smart decision because right now nothing much is happening except the avatar hitting onto the ground, trying to catch the Matilda. The flying Matilda cannot be caught with
Matilda man hi chon team fight a han fight chu ai ma in lu zeu chuale nga zeu
I mean,
counter
that was barely missed,
counter.
but meanwhile on to the mid side, that Valentina just wants to go with
Don't
that
look,
aggressive
game
gameplay.
killing
But
I China.
used amount of two people actually wants to take the kill over them. The Raging Sandstorm used up along with the Curse of Blood will actually just win this team fight because all I see right now is like the brawl happening against the 3v3. That Leo mod along with the
Oh,
Phantom
pui pui
Seed.
ya.
I mean,
Torni
all that
masa
he could just do
Xbox
is to push them up
kam
and just
kam
get a good
se
Phantom
ka
Storm so they could actually just
M
get the kill for themselves.
ngai
But
na
again, it's
va
going to be a
arun
Gator
tivele.
against that Louis, and the Khalid just wants to bait every single utility as he has, and all that he baits out is the revitalize.
All that he baits out is the Revitalize and Xborg. Waiting
Agape
in
mangai na.
on the Lord, and I don't think it's
real
going to be
thei ve
a
a
Lord.
hmadi
I
chu.
think it's going to be a contest between
Tu
both
tan nge
teams to
ti
get
kha
the
a soi phot lo te chon.
Well, actually, we would see a lot of fight along with the encircling eagle, along the Phantom Seed. He is targeting that Nathan and Louis very hard as much as he can. Raging Sandstorm along the flicker has been used up. That speedy light is along with the Nathan. That's going to be pretty much it. The Curse of Blood along with the Gator's ultimate just dealing a lot of damage along with Last Insanity, taking the place over that carry and shutting him down. That Karma is the only one left. It's going to be a triple kill for that
Wrong
Xbox.
choke,
He's just
Clem
might
on
want to
very
just go for a
minute
vignette,
to
but all that he needs right
8-4,
now is
some
that
kills, look at
Gator's
that.
skill. But he's still far away. They just might want to just focus onto that Lord, but that Khalid just want to disturb themselves and just zone it out. But that, oh my god, that sacrifice, it was way too overextension. It could actually just count it as overextension, but Gator and that Valentina is still back into the game because the Nathan and that Xbox is still not enough to get that Lord for themselves. That Louis Divergent is still on point, just giving a good rotation for their own team.
rotation. Yes, because
And
last time we
rotation
saw on the
na
top
try,
lane,
too.
both of those people who were defending on the top lane got caught off guard. Matilda, Lu Yi, and wait, I think it was the Khalid. I guess it was. But all three of them got most of the defending top lane people, including Gatot and the Carmilla. It was insane because in the end of the day, I didn't really think that much damage could come out of nothing. Talking about that, there is a damage coming in the mid lane.
Actually, they were just trying to wait out every single utilities they have, but the IMU it actually just take a lot of time for them, so that Carmilla just wants to bait out them the position, so that actually just come in handy to themselves. But that vengeance has been used up from them. There's no Firaga onto that Xbox. He just might want to just use the fire missiles onto that plot to just get the stacks up. That Gerto just going with his ultimate. So the entropy used to just escape from that situation. That Khalid just wants to go way too aggressive with the Raging Sandstorm that he has and takes the kill over to the Valentina. They were actually the low Louis who secures the kill with the dispersion. It is a great play, but let's see, will they actually go for a good contest over to that Lord? But it's going to be a Louis might want to just go down against like 4 people. The Curse of Blood connected on to the no win. The carry actually takes the kill over to that Louis. Just want to just fight back for that Lord, but they were actually no one to just focus on to that Lord. That Xbox just takes the Lord for himself. It's going to be 4 people just retreating back on time.
Those 4 people on the blue team, red team, Buri Zaimon, didn't really actually have a chance to take the Lord, but Xborg got the free Lord, and blue team, red blue, finally got a kill for somebody other than Xborg, because Xborg had 8 kills up until now, and the total number of kills were 9. Xborg is now trying to push the top lane, trying to put some pressure on, while the mid lane is getting pressured bad.
Whoa, but that Raging Sandstorm used up along with that Leomord using that ultimate to just get the kill over to that Khalid, but the Winter Crown has been used up. You see the last Insanity from the IMU from the Vanity has been used up. Just trying to steal as much as dash possible. It's going to be a 4-man Curse of Blood. He actually wants to take the kill over to them, but that Leomord is still far away. But you know what, even after the Winter Crown has been used up on that Khalid, if that's not enough, he could just use the S2 and heal himself back if that's like much more of it. But the slot probably just defensive. It's been defended by the characters. That all she was actually wondering for, and all the farm she has is going to be Gato just going for ultimate. But that's going to be the guiding wings just helping that Louis right on time. That Sparrow's guiding wings were literally on point, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen a Matilda play aggressive and passive at the same time, if that makes any sense. She's able to give vision, but also be that deciding factor in most team fights. She has more presence than Carmilla herself, even with the ultimate. I'm actually excited to see this.
Well, they might want to just go for a gank, but that Leomord, every single time whenever he sees someone, he's just forced to use that ultimate. Like, he wants to get that kill really badly. The Raging Sandstorm use up to get a good setup. It's going to be 4 people just going inside with himself. He can use up to just give them a good CC. But that Carmel actually wants to look for a good Curse of Blood, because that's going to be a game changer. Because if it's going to be a 4 or 3 man or like a 5-man Curse of Blood connections, I do think so. It's going to be a wipeout for Grand.
Talking about that, when you told me in the drafting phase, if Carmilla actually lands a 5-man, Gatot 5-man Curse of Blood, Gatot launches the Avatar of Guardian, and everyone comes in, this is going to be an easy wipeout. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm expecting that, but can always notice. No, we noticed how Nathan took the red buff out of the hands of Leomord. This is going to send back a little bit, because when you look at the levels and everything, Leomord is still in this Lord. He needs to get that level 10% HP.
Because after getting level 15, it actually increases the power and the damage of the retribution as well, and he could just work it well with that momentum that he has. But it's going to be that Khaled's actually going to go for the zoning that all he has is going to be the answer from that gun. Just secures the Lord for himself along with the fences, and that divine like from the Raging Sandstorm, but it's going to be another Raging Sandstorm from the Khaled. The payback is going to be legendary for that Xbox. He actually wants to take the kill over the last Insanity, used up absolutely nowhere, but never actually got the kill over to them. Mr. Code actually went on a good sacrifice actually in terms of stealing that Lord, but the Hyper, the Leomord was still not present in the team fight. He was actually just getting bullied, but Khaled was actually meant to just zone that Leomord.
Leomord got zoned out so bad. I'm sorry to see this, but Gatot got taken down by the Khalid. Khalid did a really good job taking care of the backline, and then charged on to something that had low HP. Top lane, tier 2 goes down. Carmilla is going to get engaged. No, she's trying to go for an engage, but it's not going to happen. But then, when we noticed Valentina took that would have been a good trade, Gatot for a Nathan. But Lord was down and they can't really do
Papu
much
it's
right
not kan van lim to.
Yeah, that is right. Raging Sandstorm used up, so he actually doesn't have the Raging Sandstorm for the next 30 seconds. That Lord could actually just come. But you know what? That got, I mean, the Louis still present in the team fight for a good dispersion, because that's what we're going to see right now. That carry with the speed right piece, she's just trying to bait out every single thing from themselves. That how they long to find and see. And the after they will use up every single thing they have on the board. It's going to be tons of red used up on two people will actually get a good comeback for themselves. The Lord has been down because he's trying to fight back as well as they can. So the basic attacks on the nade actually gets the kill over to them. It's going to be a double kill for that Xbox. His immortality is still on there onto him. Even if he dies, it's going to be a good play for him. So it's going to be a flickering sound, Sandstorm from the Harley to take the kill over to that carry, but it's more than enough. But that cargo will actually just go down with the immortality, but still it's not enough tankiness to just melt and just drain every single damage that he takes. That carry has given up because even after he just and takes the fight, she knows it's going to be a game over for her.
Yep. Well, it's alright, because even if Carrie did jump in and try to kill somebody, it's not going to work out, and that's totally fine. Sometimes we just need to give up.
Reaction này đấy mà.
You really don't have much that you can do. It's alright.
Bắt tên thì mua thì lầu anh điểm anh đi lầu thì rất còn là má trong tuyến hiện video quay rồi cần chân ra hay là gì cũng có vào phục lệ alternative pro cái này cần lắp qua là ai cũng có em rượu phá cái gì thế cũng có hela ai taki ngei tura ju ti boita ni agape khovera mangai na sang ber agape te chu pathian lai machine in mangai nak in karan ta hetiang mangai na kha aum thei rengem tiếng hi anh tia tôi xin riết thuộc ai mang cái na nắng châu hi cảm mang cái này mình đang cái này là tổ lawang chứ tiếng khát tiếng anh tia cái này là thấu anh này là thấu mà nó tổ mình chân tổ cái phôi thì bốc anh thì đủ tổ tắc in fusion prime
Kyle on the Ruby has been enormous throughout this tournament. And same thing for Raven. So both these teams really doing their homeworks, and the band patterns actually show it, interestingly.
Yeah, both teams do ban out one of the game-changing heroes. Ruby and Harith both have been very influential in games, as said by Z. And as well, they do bring some of the game, what could say, versatility down as well. Their flexibility in the game, in the team fights. So I think
DGL
kind of
DGL kamu ka host chin tho nia DGL Diablo tika ani poka region pakhat host chin tho nia
ABM. I wonder if
bro, I think
that was actually
hello bro, Matthias has started
or not.
Yeah,
DGL welcome. DGL welcome.
But that doesn't open up some few metas to be picked up even after the bans coming in.
Gig hazard and more commentator turvel
the heroes like Zask is something that we have seen being a game changer and not being banned out usually to prioritize over other bans. So I think that is now going to be available.
Yep. And okay, looks like we're gonna see a Ling ban coming in from Meow Gang. Both teams actually using this banning time very well, going until the end and just thinking about their bans very much.
Both do know what their counterparts actually play and what their favorite heroes are. So the Ling is one that was picked up by both the teams, is one of the meta heroes still. I think so has dropped off slightly, but still one of the stronger heroes. And something like a Hayabusa, I think so, could be banned out as well, since they have started out to
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of heroes that are very strong still open. So the chip, I think, leaving chip open against a team like ABM and especially a player like Apex is not going to be a very smart decision. But at the same time, there's also Khalid, there's also Edith, there's also Aurora. So it's not an easy decision, to say the least.
Yeah, the new hero as well. Shuyu still open. We do have fussion open as well. So a lot of possibilities for both the teams.
What's party ka tingay lo
mo the ban, I think is now going to be more of a
this is my first time actually doing the watch party.
It's not going to
in my whole life
be good against.
I am cold truth.
Very interesting. So looks like Meow Gang actually decided to just leave everything open.
And watch party vero jo comment po kan comment so ve tura ngai la.
If you get one, we get two.
Ase channel kha
na live na kha so they are going to Zushin. It could be possible, but the chip is one, I think so. They should have banned out the chip. Has very strong in the right hands, and just as you said, Apex on that chip has been very good. I think so. One of the strongest players in this tournament.
Talking about that though, we have 27 on the cover.
27
has definitely showed how strong he can be on this aggressive EXP laners whenever he gets the chance. So this is going to be something very interesting.
Yeah, he has been strong. He has shown he can actually 3v1 as well in this Khalid, annoying hero, especially in the hands of someone as good as 27. He's going to
Frozen
be a
ABM ho.
Yep.
ABM ho. Khi khoi stage nge moni khoi mi nge team te khi han sei fie te.
You and I were
ABM ho hi
back then as well.
Yeah.
State dangan ni ya. India ram chuan eliminator ET ten hian number 1 le true how chok de uzak zak khani kan
hero has the escape, has the regen as well as the damage output, and overall rounded character consistency in the meta as well. So that is going to do very well. He has 27 already minutes in the EXP lane.
No,
and Ryu does pick up that
tournament he Fusion Prime boss say ni
I'm guessing that
Prime champion Prime championship India tin ni
and then
mani ang thowa host ve region nga mi zinga phat khani ni hi tournament kan marshal boka aso ma atikhan kami ho kha kanin puiton was party chin la khan ti a vel kam khani ya
something like the high loss and the
an mani lamba khan dula ven phazel ro
ways to actually
give the poka diamond si sanga omdona
dive into the Moscow, but it does seem like a pick that Radium is comfortable with.
And the Aurora pick coming in from Eden, I think so that could counter the chip as well if they are not careful. The Aurora does have the freeze, does slow the enemy a lot. The ultimate as well does have a huge area to freeze out the enemy, doing a lot of damage in the process. So that could be one of the possible chip counters.
Absolutely. I think Aurora is a very safe pick into especially like not just the Aurora, but you also have the Khalid with the Raging Sandstorm. And you have that glorious pathway laid out by the Hylos that you can kind of just run away with. So I think, like, just looking at the 3 bans, Meow Meow Gang have definitely drafted something that they can handle the chip with, but ABM also have a very interesting draft. I mean, they've picked their carries. So interestingly, like, the dynamics between these 2 teams right now is ABM have their carries picked. So their gold lane and their jungle has been picked. However, Meow Meow Gang have not picked their gold lane and their jungle. They are keeping it for the last 2 picks to actually look at what other supports ABM actually drafts.
Yeah,
Chuan blue lampang red lampang te hi Meow Meow Gang ten ni ve thunga hepoi ka squad kan tournament an tel to nge ni Meow Meow Gang ti hi so to nge maya khang khan ni chuan kan voi kha share chu ni lo Joseph ti te hi ava Mizo hming te ve Mizo ni lo mo le o 2070
ABM. So that could be a double-edged sword, leaving the hyper picks for the end of this draft.
Frostbite, YT.
The Hayabusa and the Fanny is still available.
One ve chia.
And I.
Alo mu nom mat khel to china. Alo mu nom hei tran ve jong chia ni was party.
That
Frostbite
a possibility.
Was party ka tingai lo wa.
Also.
Ka voi khati na tur ni ya.
The Kufra, but I don't think so. I don't know how well it would gel in this composition currently, as they seem to be in a dire need of more damage output. The Moskov is present for the damage output, but does not come online until late mid game.
Yep. They do
original ka kan en du chen original ko kha ve ni la poi lo wa giveaway khan ki do na ka hian diamond sanga fusion prime a channel bang hai kan vel shim.
Looks like Meow Meow Gang is actually going for that marksman pick here.
Yeah, the Clint does very well against the Moskov, especially because of the range he has on his spells. Doing a lot of critical damage, could just erase that Moskov, just press that delete button, you know, on that Moskov.
However, like, because Chip excels in that 1v1 kind of situation. And the Chip is always going to make it a 5v5, right?
Yeah.
So I do like the Natan a lot more. It gives you that late game insurance still, while also not losing lane to a Moskov. I mean, when you're a Natan, as long as you don't lose lane, you win.
Ooh, look at that. It could be a Valentina coming in or a Vexana. I'm not sure which one they're going for. But they are in dire need of some crowd control as well on their side. And a mage who could dish out a lot of damage, I think so. Instead of the Valentina, I would prefer the Vexana. Me personally.
Yeah, I would agree. But Valentina does give some level of
Rosalind Thulu kaunti a sa nang ma hian ti don mo giveaway chu channel atang hian
because you can steal that
an mani khan ti don a
frigid glacier
chu na kina giveaway ti don te dulan pa phei ve nga
just enact the same kind of punishment back to Meow Meow Gang.
Zara kan live stream chu ke mani tan pon lo an mani ho fusion prime ti ho tan ani do ber zo ka
and the final
description khan ka da
jungle, so
an mani wait an live na original
the Hayabusa makes sense, but there is a lot of catch coming in from ABM. Looks like it is.
Sa apex ki tong thei rap nang ai pon a tong thei sok ang alive ni om khop in na tong tung apex sa.
This is exciting to watch, isn't it? The Moskov is going to have a difficult time.
Headphone
There is no hard counter, you could say. The Moskov is, if not careful, going to go down. The Valentina now being picked up seems like a bad pick because of the Fanny, I'd say. If they had picked the Vexana, the Fanny itself could be countered. So yeah, that kind of went south.
Fanny counter te so china Fanny thiam tak tak ki mo a counter thei lo hin top mai.
But with that, we are going to move into the match guide channel. To like and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and of course a Discord server as well for you guys to join. And now replacing me into the match is going to be Shinryu.
Welcome to match 1 between Team ABM versus Team Meow Meow Gang as they take on one another in this finals, with which will be a best of 7
What
tonight.
TV?
Gig, what do you think about the drafts already? You talked about it with Gig.
Well, I really like the ABM draft simply because it has the chip. I've always been a huge fan of the chip, even though it's not a hero that we get to see very often.
Description view
I do find Meow Meow Gang's draft to be a little bit more stronger across all phases of the game. So early, mid, late, they actually have something for all phases of the game.
Dual host, dual stream mang khan ti le ma chu mi chu na tu zan mi tu chu a top ma turun to nga first round bi ka chuan
Like the thing you mentioned,
na lo aron ti a
on the side of team Meow Meow Gang, you can already see on the bot lane, you know, that Khalid, like
blue lampang te hi AP brand te chu a ABM ten ni a
already early in the game, and there could have been a possibility for another engage onto the mid lane. You can see both the teams are being careful.
Lampang te hi Meow Meow Gang ten ni a and squad ming pol lang alang leng lo ni ki Meow Meow G ti top mai khan ni a.
About this kind of zoning is because Jay did not get his level 2 until just now, Chip only just got his level 2 as well. And they actually got a kill onto the Fanny.
ABM lampang ten first blood an la ta truth mai hani squad cha India ma post squad cha kama soma video post ya ma kan AP brand hi na AP brand na bezi nge ABM ho number 1 ada ni ya.
Look, Harusan getting a lot of damage. The Spear of Alpha already used, the Retribution as well. Ryu as well. Low might get taken down out here and will be the casualty from that fight.
An mane channel te po ka view lo oi lo ne ke chu ko kalo om ve mai mang ti hian kalo om ve lu khor de kalo om mai mayang
Joseph onto that Jake with that 27 with him, and this turtle can
MIC hey mobile legend Indian community ke region na host housing a pakhat khan ni tuna kan en lai me hi was party ang zong in puyang won ti tat mai si a rom manan kan siam to si a
I think
in po kan live huna kan tournament grand final huna ti hin ano ti ve don tho wang khan han ti lo khan nom si lo wa
take these turtles.
Give away te pon do na give away am don nai vela te kan phei ve tinga give away ba siam do ka sem ni lo ma
might take place. We can see the shot already being used, but Fanny with the retribution onto that turtle will get the turtle, and Ryu already low hilos there.
Meow la pak di an Meow ring le do thi em
Valentina
for one line main ABM la pak ma shuai tat maya
already proc and Jay with the
kill
kill.
di van den thin ve maro
That team of Harusan and 27 will get that kill onto
pi di
Jay.
hi mission na la hi mission a ro pat la aron so na la ta khian na da mais na thina maro an nem ve lai ta kan thunga.
Yep, I think it was a 1 for 3 plus the turtle, so 1 for 4 effectively. And
amar so game
at
chu
the same
e
time,
mu no mang zan danga game ani live ai ngot chon a game chum chu no view kan pana kan ve to India ma squad cha berte apon soi ABM hi ni ve tat me game chu mu no pa ngai view thong mai thai
that is what a Fanny excels in at the end of the day. You can have the chip just making causing havoc across the map.
best of 7 chu nuam do ne aron ti a ka phat san thei long che Rosalie ni han romantic thin em agency ai kal khani mo
The Fanny already sitting at a comfortable.
an mani channel kha overview ve sim mula view ati tam tu a
There will use that
Fanny
Able and will get
mai
the
kha
kill
chu
onto a B once again, getting shot down 3 times in a row by that Fanny. Top lane.
Meow lam pang te hi a phong von tu ala tang riu mai all ti chit te paro lut vele nga la hi hian nge aron ti thei do pol te ron soi aron so hian nge lam pang te pol theng ve chu chu thei do na
Using their all their
alpha la mega ala lut ngam thau mai a kha chu alet lo wa
fall, and Apex still low. The fight still goes on as Radium will be there.
van dem em Valentina Rossi pon da en down chu mai rong chu om chu mai Meow lam pang te
Falling from the side
a
of
phong
Team
von tu an
ABM,
tang
but
thei zok tat
2-for-1 trade for the side of Team Meow Meow Gang.
Yep. But fortunately for ABM, their marksman did not die.
Kenzi
Whereas
edit
Kyle
ani la
did
ai
end
ka
up
chuan
falling in that engagement. So
Felix
I mean,
ani
it is a small win. but I
lai
think
khan tha o
that's
zong ti
that's
ke ma
the kind
chuan
of win that ABM will be happy with.
Yes.
a lifestyle kha ron thave ne maya machine da ron chan khan
That whole play from the bot lane, almost getting that turret down.
Screen tuổi ngay lâu su ăn nuam lắm
1%
mày.
HP, so I don't know about the goal lead so far. It's kind of tilting towards the side of Team Meow Gang as the turtle is already too low. I think
Mi
Joseph
stream
will not contest
lâu
for this turtle
cả
as Ryu
view
was
cả
able to
cả
secure it
thiểm chia
quite
bốc
easily.
chế cái cả
On
chế
the top
lại
lane,
chú mày.
a rotation coming in from the side of Team Meow Gang. You can see Apex
Ngay
already
lâu
there.
tụi cái
Will get the stun onto Kyle, but holding onto that
Cái vậy
shortcut. Okay, both the teams backing out.
Watch party na han.
And back to
Về
reset.
tất mày à. ABM zo kan yang ABM pau hi an hyper hi zelo karit
Gang
ain
needs to continue
eng ain mo
here so they can get the lead. I mean, can keep the lead that they have.
Ajian mami tournament ni lo boka ka musan mayang che nuam thei tho lo in chu mami kha lo siam i mut fine lo siam la fixer la tu zai mi to ka state le game la to ka state khan dule dat lem chet la walk over to la ti
in the late game is going to have a lot of damage, and the Fanny actually split pushing and just splitting the enemy team apart. They can just play
yeah
three
comment here
people
ni mai
defend that
Rosalie ni
kind of composition with this lineup.
Okay, mid lane.
tu na game mo no takin feel like make hi ABM tele Meow grand te ania grand final
Not a good fight for
Prime Championship India watch party kan nei me kan ni chung le nei Moscow fa lo che open nek maya na tan singa thin nu la tak lo khon nok me tan singa atlan chia po zui sham maya
Radium as he will be able to get the shot down and the bot lane.
ati lama khan AP brand lampang hi an fual deu viau ina shia deu mar cho hi aron game aron kal chowa aron phaman chole tran lek lek to maya maro chu Meow lampang hi tem chuan an la len thei dewa feni hi le game a chuan tem chuan adam me sanom lo vele deu nga feni and down le tat me mor kofa nun na van tlem chin em
As on the mid lane, Harusan will try to find an engagement.
That's what
is
it took.
backing out.
Aron period nge man.
Ryu was there with the Spear of Alpha and Che also making the rotation, but this Fanny is kind of losing that presence that he had from the early game. You can see already.
Best of 7 thang chu an host le kan live lawang best of
Again top lane.
true emo thi te kai
Kyle
host
getting
anga
engaged
kan
on by
en
two
zui
members,
chuan
Ryu and Apex there.
giveaway te
Will
du
stand
chuan
Choppy and the Spear of Alpha there will be enough to take him down as Team ABM back with the aggression, getting back the goal lead that they lost in the early game. The Midland power spike is hitting right now. Z.
Yes. So I think this is a very great recovery by ABM, and this is exactly what they need to do because this is the time where they have that.
This is the
power,
time I must sing.
Their power spike, right? Moscow is significantly ahead of the Natan as well as the Fanny, so the Moscow will be able to actually split push on the side by himself and be relatively safe without that fear of the Fanny assassinating him because of his skill 2.
Mami kha khoi pe lo pon ali so kan don thon namo kalo siam don ne to ni bula problem nei te aron soyom ton mon thon la kalo siam don ne
So at this point, I think Meow Gang just needs to wait for the Natan to come online.
nia tara na thei la adu te
Try
chu mo
to
ro
get as many small wins as possible.
giveaway
for
don du
Joseph
ko nam le
right
jon
now,
amen
because
chana han vai son
position
phaser
to
me la ke
actually
pok
get that
ka watch party rei lo
engage onto the Moscow, I think. So
Okay, he engages onto Radium, but not enough damage yet as a Spear of Destiny Spear of Destruction would miss. And Radium still surviving.
Rosalie
Radiant is a little bit
mu vek ru ki mai kalo e lang le de na in pe zo le mai blue face smiling
ideally like, I think, at this point, but it's not something that Meow Gang cannot recover from, and it's definitely something that ABM, if Meow Gang does not handle well, it's definitely something that ABM can just completely.
Okay, another fight on the mid lane. We can see the Glorious Path already used. The shortcut was almost.
hela ya asira epi brand versus ti lang lo sela a screen full pa ngai han ti jok sela a fu jok
see
nam o to
Ryu
me
with the
grand final
damage,
nga
double
chuan
kill maybe. Okay, not a triple kill. Apex will get the kill, but Harusan too low. Abhi with the shut down and Joseph going in will not find
Yeah,
the
mun ma
damage.
chungai,
Okay, will
chao.
get taken down as the Spear of Destruction will connect on to Joseph as he will be the casualty. Radium with the shut down. And the full team wipe out for the side of Team Meow Gang as Team ABM will get that mid lane turret as well.
This is ABM has really recovered from that early game.
ABM lampang po tinek de karon chak lo karon chak so le mai thaya
just that
na phong won tuan chang le tu to
always taking down 27 and Kyle and Eden behind
left tom time.
Z, I did not even get to see that Lord getting taken down. It was so fast. I mean,
where
did that Lord just vanish?
bro kan en mai la de kan gi foi de kon ti do no huna main cha de kan ko hu na ni maya
6,000 gold
main cha de la kan gi foi kon ti do na en du kon chul va phazel mai la ti kan.
So this is definitely ABM's game right now. However, if they don't actually end this game early and let this game go towards a bit too late, like late game, it's not going to be that easy for ABM to actually end this game.
Absolutely. I mean, their power spike is that marksman of theirs. As you can see, Joseph going in will get this done, but able to back out as the Lord will get cleared by the side of the Meow Meow gang, and the mid lane Holy Shield will get procced as the turrets are falling from all the second tier, and only the top tier turret stands, but that will fall as well. The the holy defense on the top lane is still there. Okay, Fanny going in with a lot of cables, but not finding the targets he was looking for. I mean, see, you did mention, like the power spike for the team Meow Meow gang is their MM, so team ABM were able to get 4 shutdowns onto him, so that kind of shows. As you can see, Jay taking a lot of damage from Kyle, so we'll have to back out.
Yep. So Kyle is on his way to the Holy Crystal at this point, so it would probably take him another 2 minutes. And
oh no, Fanny falling there once again.
Yeah, Joseph is not having a good time anymore. He started off really well. However, ABM had repeatedly fought him, and at this point it is going to be difficult for the Fanny to even make any meaningful back.
Okay, another engage on top bot lane. We can see the damage from Radium so much. Even the heal cannot save him as the purification will be used, but Apex falling from the damage from the side of Team Meow Meow gang, as Team Meow Meow gang able to defend the race. Diamond Wrath already being used. Joseph going in will not yet, as the minions are still there, but look at the freeze from Eden as he get the shutdown onto Abhi, as Radium still standing there giving the damage onto 27. Let's see if he can get the shutdown onto him or not. And he does get the shutdown. Harusan still low, able to maneuver around the map, saving himself before the Lord spawns.
Wow, that looked like a win for Meow Meow gang. They actually managed to get a kill on in a 5v4 kind of situation, and they were actually shutting down Avi and everything, but then they overextended. Because of that overextension, they ended up 27 and kind of falling to Radium. So Radium got another kill. And
look at that Harusan finding Apex already. A good read on the map.
So these two roamers have been very impressive in this whole tournament, and even here we can see Apex trying to find those weird angles to use that shortcut from, and those ultimates, whereas Harusan, knowing what his job is, actually finding Apex, finding him in that area. And
look at that Lord getting melted down by the damage of Team ABM. Fanny was onto the bot lane trying to get a shutdown onto Radium, as he is with a KD of 405, really cooking onto that Moscow, as he's just shredding anyone who is coming onto his way. So they do need to find a shutdown onto that Moscow Z.
Yeah, looks like the call was not to go for the Lord, which is understandable because a Moscow provides way too much utility in these Lord fights. There is a fight going on up top.
Okay, another fight. Already being used. Okay, amazing!
Okay.
Engage from the side of Team ABM using that stolen Frigid ratio and the Spear of Alpha finding 3 members, and their base is wide open. The Lord is marching on the top lane, but Team Meow gang still too low. Radiant trying to mark that base. The minions are for the side of Team ABM as well.
ABM
Still trying to find a shutdown, and look at the base pistol going almost 20% HP as another member fall. Eden is the last man, won't be able to defend that, and Team ABM will take that game 1-0.
Yep, and Avi was the MVP there, and I just want to mention that this Radiant Spear of Destruction actually missed. So that final fight that ABM won in the Meow gang base, they won without their marksman, who was their most fed member. So that just definitely showed how amazing that fight was and how well ABM actually played that fight, which ultimately ended in them winning the tournament, or winning the game.
Absolutely. I mean, we did see, Obi using that Winter Crown to save himself from that engage coming in from the side of Team Meow gang, completely changing the tide of the game. And, like the counter engage with that Frigid Glacier, stolen Frigid Glacier, and the Spear of Alpha, finding 3 members was like just the, the closing gap that they needed for ending that game. So, yeah, like props to the synergy from the side of Team ABM to end that game.
Absolutely. Okay.
Guys, I think so.
What did you think about the game, Gig?
Yeah, I think so. Both teams did play pretty well in the early game, but I think so. It was Meow gang who did kind of let it slip away from the hands because they were dominating, especially not keeping that Moscow in check was a huge problem. The
at the pang pang a version phi tong wo ti khan gi foi the possible ma anti kan dong don ni